Hello friends, how are you doing today? Thanks for tuning in. In this video, we're talking about travel makeup. So some of the convenient, easy things that you can take with you if you're traveling over the summer, or if you tune into this video any time of the year, any quick trip you're taking, just some beauty things that can make life a little bit easier and are very, I think, space and time efficient. So I'm going to chat about that, and then it's going to be kind of like a two-in-one video, because when Pup was here a couple days ago, she was getting her haircut, and while she was getting her haircut, we were talking about the makeup she had in her makeup bag, and I always think it's fascinating to see inside someone else's makeup bag. And so she explained all the stuff that are her like kind of everyday basics, and I thought that was really neat too. So I'm going to pop that into this video as well. So to get things started here, I'm going to chat about what I think are just some really convenient, easy makeup products. This video isn't designed for this to be like a full face of recommendations. It's just, you know, some different things that really came to mind for me, and I'm also going to mention some palettes in a minute too. For face makeup, something that I think is so handy and so easy to get that nice consistent result with are sticks. I love a foundation stick. I like blush and bronzer sticks. When you're just swiping it directly to the skin, think about what we eliminate. You know, we're not having to pump, get things all over our hands, get messy with it in a bag, worry about leaking. You're just swiping it all over the face, and I don't know about you, but I kind of have like a pattern when I use a stick. This is the Huda Faux Filter. This is probably my #1 favorite foundation stick, and I wear it in shortbread. I am wearing it today. It's a teeny bit light. If you can tell, my face is just a little lighter than my body, but it's beautiful coverage. It's kind of like a soft matte finish. I absolutely love this stick. It wears really well. It doesn't look dry, easily blendable. And I guess my point with the stick is that when you're at home, when you're in your own environment, you've got your lighting and whatever you're used to, you know, you put this stick on in a certain way and you blend it out. And even when you go somewhere else, you can put the stick on in a certain way and just blend it out. There's nothing vague about amounts. Again, there's nothing messy about it. You can just swipe it on the very same way, blend it in, you get a very consistent result. So I love that for a stick foundation. And I think the same kind of goes for your contours and blushes. These Persona sticks I love so much. You swipe them on, you know where you're going to put them, and then you just blend out that swipe. It's easy. The Persona stick in Dune, I've been loving this one all summer long. I'm wearing this as well today as my contour, and it's a great, not too light, not too dark kind of stick that bronzes me up and just gives me a little more sculpted look. And I really love every color of the Persona blush stick, but I've been getting a little bit more into Bubble lately, which is a really pretty cool fresh pink. And I've got some of that on my lips as well, and then I sort of lined / blended into that with the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Crayon in the shade Lead the Way. So that kind of toned down Bubble just a little bit. I might want to add a little more color back. But the fact that that stick is multitasking as well, you know, you can use it on cheeks and lips. There's a berry, a red, a soft pink. There's a newer pink that's come out recently. There are several really great ones to choose from in that range, but I think sticks are great for travel. Another thing to think about are the double-ended brushes. These are the Persona ones. I kind of gotten away from using this. Like, I cleaned it, I set it aside, and then I stopped looking for it in the same place that I usually went for it. But this is the blend and apply brush. So you have a really great little blending brush here that's awesome for just blending out your shadow, you know, or getting a soft shade in your crease. But then there's this flat side that has just a little bit of fluff, and it's wonderful for all over the lid, outer corner stuff, kind of working into the crease. If you were only going to get one eye brush from this line, this is my absolute favorite. I also do like their Define and Smudge. So you have this nice little tapered brush for outer corner work. This Define one is nice for a smudgy liner. Double-ended brushes, I just think, thrive for travel. It's fewer things that you're thinking about packing, and it's just fewer individual products that you're having to find a place for in your bag. And of course, one of my favorite and most used double-ended brushes, this one from e.l.f. for your face makeup, your concealers, foundations. This kind of brush could also work well for contours, cream blushes. Absolutely love the Duo Complexion brush. And another individual product that I think is handy for travel is this Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt. So this is the one that has that brush that does two functions in one, basically. Short bristles that load the eyebrow up with color, and longer bristles that kind of rake it through, thin it out, kind of acts as your spoolie, but it's built into the product. And I wear medium brown, and I think it's just very handy if you were to only use one thing, because again, the brush is such that you can really effectively fill in the brows. I can go right off the actual tip of the brush if I have a certain area where I feel like, oh, that's extra sparse. You can get in there with it, and then you have those more bare feeling bristles just to get it on through. So I think that would be a handy thing to take on the go. Now for palettes, I'm going to talk about a couple eye things first. If we we are really trying to save space and we want to just have an easy everyday eye look how little these are. I really like what Hard Candy did with their Moods range of eye palettes. So they're these little quads, they're monochrome quads, and for everyday wear, this one called Bear is pretty darn great. So you've got nicely pigmented matte basics, a couple of shimmers as well. If you were to compare this one to the e.l.f. Bite Size Quad in Cream and Sugar, I feel like this one's a little more well balanced in terms of what's inside, and I just think that's a great everyday basic. If you want to go a little bit cooler, a little bit plummy, this is the one called Purr. And we have, again, two mattes. One is a nice rich plum, getting more into taupe here and champagne. I love this quad. For slightly more variety, but something I would still refer to as an everyday basic palette, you might consider the Necessary eye palettes from Ilia. So we have a cool and a warm, 6 shades in each, and part of what makes these a little more travel friendly, I think, is the mirror inside. So you have a nice size mirror, and that can of course be used for all of your makeup if you have something with a good mirror. But this cool one, I love the range. I'm always so happy with how deep it gets, also how light it gets. We have mattes here, and just 2 shimmers inside. And even if you're not interested in a real dark, rich look, just look at what's happening in the top part of that. Super easy, cool, everyday eye look. And then the warm palette, I'm kind of feeling the same way. You know, if you don't use those, you have a very soft, easy, everyday look, but I love that there's a burgundy in here, a rich brown. These are our 2 shimmers, and the mattes are here and right in here. Really nice pigment. Again, nice balance in those little palettes. And if you have them both, they're not taking up a big footprint. Pop them both in your travel bag, and what a nice little neutral wardrobe you then have. And another thing to consider are the full face palettes. This is the one I'm wearing a lot of stuff from today. This is the Balm Bombina. And you guys remember when they made the In the Balm of Your Hand palettes, and they were just the perfect way. They were like a greatest hits palette. So a way to sample some of the best things in their line. And the Bombina came out, and they were able to put in some of their newer stuff. So they've plucked some shades from like the Balm and the Beautiful palette or the Will Powder Blush palette. They've put those exact shades in here, and I love how they've identified around each shade where it's coming from. But you are getting a bronzer, a highlight, 2 different blushes, and 4 eyeshadows. I put on some of the Bronzilla bronzer over the top of my Dune stick. I'm wearing some of this over the Bubble blush stick. I have some Let's Bolt highlighter. I'm wearing all of these eyeshadows on my eyes today. I've got some of the bronze on my lid, a combination of these shades in my outer corner, and I was just able to easily blend out with that color. So talk about multitasking. I love a good multitasking palette, and think of all the individual compacts you're eliminating when you pack something like this. Really small footprint. Here's another good one. Very small. It's by Callie Ray. The only thing missing here is the mirror. Someone said they were putting out a mirror that could be bought separately and fit into this slot. I'll post below if I have more information on that. But what's inside here is so usable. I love these shades, not so much as like a bronzer, but as eyeshadow. This is a great blended out eyeshadow as well. Technically everything here could be eyeshadow, but I do like this as an under eye setting powder. It's really pretty. A beautiful pigmented blush, stunning highlighter, and then this is kind of like, for me, a blush topper. They call that shade Use Me Wet, and you could use it as eyeshadow, of course, but it gives a really pretty sheen to the cheeks directly over the blush. I have a full video where this is discussed more in depth, but if you really enjoy a natural, not too dark makeup look, especially where the eyes are concerned, and all of these other steps sound appealing to you, I think you'd enjoy that. And finally, I wanted to mention the Physicians Formula Butter Dream Team palette. This is a little bit larger compared to every other palette I mentioned, but it still does contain a lot. You've got 6 different products inside. 2 of them are blushes. We have highlighter, face powder, and also 2 tones of bronzer. All of this could double as eyeshadow. If you want also that light pink, like under eye setting powder that a lot of people are going for, combine this light pink blush and some of this powder and you can have that as well. They call this shade Saucy Mauve. It's different from the Saucy Mauve single, just saying, but this is absolutely beautiful on the skin. I have loved using this one. I've gone back to this one a lot. And as far as Physicians Formula goes and the value, the amount you're getting here and what you're paying is such a good deal compared to buying all those things individually. So definitely love the Butter Dream Team palette. It's been my favorite compilation palette that they've done. So just a few things to think about in terms of products I really like that I think are very portable and easy for travel. And even if you don't have the exact things I'm talking about, maybe it just gets the wheels turning about some other similar things you might have, like other types of stick makeup or some other compact eye palettes you have, or, you know, other great multitasking palettes. There are more that I can think of that I didn't even mention here. If you have an hourglass palette, think about holiday makeup that you picked up and what things might have multiple functions, and you can bust that out for your next trip. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you, and now take it away, Pup. Okay. So, Mom's cutting Pup's hair. We're in the kitchen, and we're trying to use the kitchen for anything but kitchening.
No, plus kitchening.
What's in Pup's makeup bag?
Yeah, this is a makeup bag that David Aikman gave me. Very sweetly.
Love you, David.
What does that say? Bio Effect. Got a magnifying mirror from Kedson. 3 and 10x. Nope, nice. It's 10x and regular. My sunscreen, Supergoop. I've used it a lot. It's
unseen sunscreen. The label is even unseen. That's how you know it's love.
Absolutely. And we got
Tell us about this, Pup.
This is a palette that I've been looking for some basic browns with some shimmer here and there. This color is so weird. It's like cocoa brown, but it's got some little silver sparkles in it. This is sort of a old gold kind of color. Pretty basic, but I pretty much wear that every day.
That's a very loved palette in the YouTube beauty community.
I'm so happy. I had no idea. Let's see, this is an elf brush. It's an elf brush. I have no idea. You gave it to me as probably part of the set.
Elf does some phenomenal brushes, and really, in a lot of cases, people don't need to look any further.
Translucent crystal.
Nice.
Powder.
Hit pan.
Hit pan.
Everybody's having a lot of respect.
Absolutely hit pan.
When do you use that, Pup?
Kind of after I do any kind of
or?
concealer or anything like that.
Okay.
A couple of NARS blushes from Poof.
Love.
Cute
little compacts.
This is for when I'm feeling a little more cheekbony, and this is just more blushy.
Yeah.
That's that side. This is just what I travel with. This is nice from David. I just use it as an eye cream.
Black diamond eye cream. Sounds pretty fancy.
Yeah, you can see all the diamonds. I usually keep that over here.
Get it in its place.
Get it in its place, but you know.
Oh, thank you, Biddy. Thank you.
Very nice. You gave me this.
Yes.
Persona.
I have a deep love for these sticks. They are, you know, lip and cheek, which is fun.
You should probably touch it up a little bit.
Do you use that on your cheeks sometimes, or is that mainly a lip for you? It looks so good on you, Pup.
Thank you.
Yes,
Jeez,
it does.
I can't see what I'm doing, but yeah, I'll use it on my cheeks. Little goes a long way with me because I'm pretty pale.
Yeah.
And so just like a dot. Glossier boy brow, as you can tell.
Is that your primary brow thing?
That's my primary brow thing. I also use this. It's an Anastasia brow pen. Can do like little tiny
very
marks
nice.
with it. I don't love it. Shape tape. When you got weird colored skin like me, when you find the match, I stay very loyal to the thing that works for me.
Yeah. And they do have a really wide range too.
Yeah. Just an elf kind of spice type pencil.
They're all like just sweet peppers. None of them are spicy. I like the slim sticks like that. Don't you feel like there's a lot of control? Like they're not quite as tiny as a lip liner. They're really more precise than a lipstick. And when lipsticks wear down too.
Right.
Oh, that looks nice.
In summer, you know, it stays put and it doesn't melt away on you.
Nice.
Lash Paradise.
That's a different looking tube a little
I got it just like last month and it looks different.
Yeah.
But it is the same formula as far as I can tell.
Okay. Milani eyeshadow primer. Must have.
Must have. And you gave me this. Or did you?
I don't
think you
if
did.
I did.
I think I bought this myself. Just a little
Urban Decay double-ended brush.
Came in a palette probably, and I took it out. Face oil from David.
Nice.
These are my tweezers that I've had since, I want to say, 2002.
Oh my gosh. Since I graduated high school.
Yeah, like this stuff has worn away. This, I guess it used to be green.
But they're still working for you?
But yeah, 3 of the 4 areas that would be green are not green anymore. But I mean, they still totally do the job. So
Now, Pup,
there
is
you
this,
go.
would you say this is part of your makeup, all of your makeup?
I would say this is average day. This is what I put on.
Okay.
And I don't do foundation. I just kind of do concealer.
The Shape Tape.
Shape Tape will do it. I guess I probably look awful under these lights.
Pup, you look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, you look great.
Absolutely.
What are you talking
I
about?
love you. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. Was it fun to see in Pup's makeup bag?
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, I want to.
And I don't have my lipsticks in here. Like I
okay.
have like 3 in my purse, but
Gotcha.
yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Take a feel.
Okay. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Nice.
Thanks, Pup.
I love you, Pooh.
Love you too. Thanks, Mom.
Bye.
Good job, everybody.